Okay, we're back. Hold on. Gotta put my headphones on. Poor curious shots just stopped. All right. Oh boy. I gotta read chat. What have you been up to? Admitted term slutty. Yeah, yes, please. Okay, that's good. Ooh. Annotated most sarcastically. That's good. Ooh, Lord, good. Play Tyranny next. Hey, comrade. Yeah, Tyranny is pretty high on it, that's for sure. Sleep well, Leona. That sounds great. You got the Discord ping? Oh, see? That was Leona's idea. I think it was very good. I love that. Had bracket plans? See, that's the thing. I'm going to... Anything that gets a vote will go into the bracket. I think that's a good idea. Poll's been open for 2 hours. Let's press the button, huh? Beep. Should just put Final Fantasy X, as in, like, we're just gonna finish Final Fantasy X and we'll see what happens. Put it in Steam chat. Oh, Kingdom Hearts was there. Well, that's good. We'll see if Emma Stitches made it, because, you know, your wife gets a bit of extra time on a poll. What are you listening to? Oh, I'll open it back up. Yep. Ivan Dutch is a musician who writes just music for royalty-free music for your games. And they were some of these things that have been recently played, but like, I'll keep it going in the background, which is good. I didn't reset votes, don't worry, I just opened it up again. She's put both in. Where did you put it in? One of them. Well, I don't know which one, so. There you go. It's always barely there. Enjoy. And the Anarch bar was pretty good too, but I don't know if that's really royalty free. Well, Emma just said she put both in, so I trust her. I trust her. We're closing the poll. We've received 9 votes. That's pretty good. Now when I click complete, it's going to post results. I want to note that I think Dragonfall received it's a double martini. Because I haven't had dinner yet, so I wanted something to eat. And I thought the best way to get something to eat, right? Especially after it was a bit distracting for a little bit, is have something with olives. So the stream doctor says, hey, what the fuck? Sure it is. It's calories, right? That's girl dinner. Look, okay, again, I generally eat dinner after stream. And I definitely will. All right, we're going to click the complete button. I want to note this one only has one vote for Shadowrun Dragonfall, but our good friend Mako is like, day 5 on call? That's awful. Jeez, I'm so sorry. Wait, no, that's good. You're not allowed to see that. Naughty, naughty. A good friend Mako on the Discord server has said that they're not able to vote. So we're just adding one mentally to the Dragonfall tally. Okay. So first step. Let's close the poll. Complete. Bam! Well, I'm glad to hear that, Lauren. They've got me. Most instantly regurgitated meal? Tell me more. Yeah. Yeah, some people are like, can I see full results? I believe I can. Nope. No, you had a history, did you not? You're supposed to. I promised that. I actually was pretty sure that would happen. No? Okay. Okay. That's not fun. Hold on. Kingdom. I have to build the bracket myself because it didn't keep the information the way I said it would to Discord. I feel like a liar. You just made a mistake and that happens and you shouldn't feel bad. Yeah, but what if I do feel bad? Shadowrun Dragonfall. What other things? Tyranny got a vote. Heart of the Forest got a vote. And Coffee Talk 2 got a vote, and that's it. Randomize those seeds, baby. Next, and fuck you. Good. It's even funny if I just do like only you. Oh my god. That fucking sucks. Look at that. Oh, okay. To be or not to be, did you not say you were about to lurk and potentially like sleep or rest or do something else? Because then, I don't know. That says to me maybe you should lean towards not beering. But generally, I like you to beer because it's fun. Yeah. You know, but if you want to hang out and be awake, have beer. If you intend to go to sleep soon, don't bother having beer. That's all I'm saying. I mean, are you going to take my advice? I made a double martini because my stomach wasn't feeling happy and I thought, fuck it. We're doing it live. Okay, so self-control is not a stat that you roll and you pass fail. It's a resource you spend on things. And I've exercised, I've run a poll, I've done stream organization, I've done actual real work. I parented very late at night and very early in the morning, so I did not have the appropriate resources to not indulge on this. That's a justification. Look at this. This sucks. Oh yeah, Corey's got a good point now. We like that. It's so good, Loxy. Such a good story. This sucks. Oh, that's for sure. Heart of the Forest versus Baldur's Gate 3. And the winner of which goes on to Kingdom Hearts. Kingdom Hearts gets a bye and is immediately up against it. Tyranny vs. Coffee Talk, winner goes to Shadowrun Dragonfall. The funny thing is, I can reduce this a bit more. I know what this should be. I think maybe it took offense because I... It's remove Way of Heart of the Forest because they didn't get nearly as many votes. It's remove Tyranny because they didn't get many votes. We've got 4. Let's randomize the seeds and go from there. Now that's better. Now that's better. I like that a lot more. We're going to have a quick, much faster poll for Baldur's Gate 3 vs Shadowrun Dragonfall. Nope. So, like, this is a good idea, but I'm also pretty, like, you know that time where something happens? They ask you to call it in the air, right? And then when you do, you start to realize what you want. That's happened to me, and I know what I want. And the hardest thing is I'm actually, like, I'm afraid or annoyed about disappointing some people, right? And it certainly doesn't help that the people, no matter what, take what I want. Exactly. Yeah. And I think I will. Also, I get to vote too. Yeah, Mega does vote Dragonfall. That is correct. I'm sorry, Cleric. It's so late. You're on day 5 of on call. I understand. It's not fun. Plus, also, you potentially had plans to hang out with a couple of very cool people and their very cool baby on Saturday, and then you just, like, didn't. For whatever. This is an in-joke with Willis, Emma Stitches, and Cleric Bard. I will explain the joke immediately. I had the date wrong. And that's why it's funny. It's would not be funny if someone had to cancel because they were sick or something. But it is definitely funny that Jimbles had something in the calendar and fucked it up so badly that he had it a week early. And then after when people were like, hey, that's next week. And I'm like, all right, that makes sense. I disappointed myself. I was like, oh man, I was looking forward to that. I edged myself with friends, which is great. Good time, that's for sure. Okay, edging is catching on in popularity on TikTok, like to reference like gently like teasing anything, like really slowly writing on a chalkboard is one I saw that made me giggle, right? So the phrase is gonna lose its purely sexual connotation. I like that. This is Whispers of the Fae, a tavern song featuring Natalie and Solaria by I'm Dutch. I'll post it there. I'll post it to Discord. Good, Discord is no longer on main screen. There you go. Just so she's got it. Okay, so we'll close this poll pretty soon. What the funniest fucking thing is? It's fucking Ty. I love it. I really do love it. I'm not being sarcastic. Except the Meko vote. I voted for Baldur's Gate 3 and didn't put it in there because as soon as I put something in there, it takes over. I'm the one with the microphone and the pretty face. But honestly, I do think Shadowrun Dragonfall is a good idea. Sure. And like, I like the idea enough that I did. Yeah, no. I did download it. Lauren! Funny, good call. So what we're gonna do I really, really, really like the idea of alternating fortnightly. I really did. It's an absolute bitch to do the scheduling for, but I'm happy to do that. So what I'm gonna do? No. I think it's fun to have people engaged, right? Right? So what we're gonna do is do Dragonfall. Yeah. Flux State, it's actually not even that loud. It's just louder than you expected. There you go. Fucking hell. I think Dragonfall is gonna be fun. Okay, it is loud. My bad. Okay, alright. How's that? Is that better, everybody? Yeah, we're gonna alternate. We'll play Dragonfall and Baldur's Gate 3, alternate weekly. Okay? And after that, we're gonna play Coffee Talk or Kingdom Hearts. And I want to run the poll now just because I think it's funny. And maybe if you're really good, we'll like alternate another way. I think it'll be fun to do both. Kingdom Hearts is really high on my list. I really want to do it. Coffee Talk 2 is also like, it's a chill game. You can't just edit these? God, you're a dick sometimes, buddy. I'm so sorry, Leona. Seriously. KH. No, it's fine. We don't need to do that now. Yeah, that is a shame, Cleric. Oh. Okay. Feel bad about this too, but I'm actually getting a little tired of Final Fantasy. Finishing up this, like, the run with Final Fantasy X and playing some... like, playing something else for a bit of time actually sounds like a good idea as well, alright? Yeah. I know I can't play everyone's favorite at once, but I want to. You're all my friends and I like you. So, like, life hard. So, I think we'll finish Final Fantasy X and then we'll alternate Coffee Talk 2 with Kingdom Hearts, right? We'll start with Coffee Talk because it's faster, right? Let's have a break from Final Fantasy. I love Final Fantasy. I really do. And I really love Final Fantasy X to the point where I've bent that fucking game over my knee and broken it. Actually, to like spoiler for next week, you're getting a minor confession from me too, where I activated a mode that was like infinite items, and what I thought it would do is make it so it would not spend items when I wanted to, so it wouldn't have to grind more of the 5 red spheres. Turns out it just gives you 99 items of everything all the time, so I cheated. I didn't intend to cheat, but I cheated. I'm sorry. We've already beaten the hardest fights in the main story, and so I was like, fuck it, if I've committed, let's go nuts. And I've fucked it up, and I've completed the sphere grid on every character. And on Wednesday night, you'll see that and get the full explanation of what happened and why. Otherwise, I think it's time for Shadowrun Dragonfall. I just want to update the stream information because you can do that in mid-game. It sounds like a win. Yeah, it is fun too. Like, I don't hate it. But if someone was like, you're a phony, I wouldn't blame them entirely. Nerd heaven. Yeah, that's what we're calling. Go live notification can be blank. Change the category for game to Shadowrun Dragonfall. Now, I should note that this is not the first Shadowrun game by Harebrained Schemes. It is actually the second, right? But the first one was good, but very generic, and I wanted to have something like this one is notably a better written game. So we're gonna go straight to that one. I updated the stream information. We should be able to go SO. No, Shadow game. Nothing. There you go. Shadowrun Dragonfall. Perfect. Information has been updated. So, I literally cannot make everyone happy all at once unless I have somebody else give me a fuckload of money so I can stream more and get more babysitters. I think that's pretty important. If I have a babysitter, and then we could do more. Otherwise, we're going to play a new game. Have I modded this? I've modded this. What have I done? Look, people say that, and I believe it. I like it. But absolutely. But maybe you also need to make people happy. And I'm very much a people pleaser. We know this. And everyone says, hey, please don't do that. And then I ignore them. Thank you. Could you, like, most popular over all time? Shadowrun Unlimited. Well, that's cool. Portraits and props. Done. That's very good, Lauren. You're being very helpful there. You're making people's life better, right? Doing a transcript and all. Anything is not about mood disorders. Well, I got bad news for you. Actually, mine is not technically a mood disorder, so I'm totally okay. We're gonna play Shadowrun Dragonfall. Harebrained Schemes makes tactical games. Like, I'm not delaying on purpose to make you all sad. I want to show it off. Harebrained Schemes. So just gonna turn on the monitor capture so you can see what I'm looking at. They're a video game developer. They are in Seattle, and I think that's really cool. But some of the games they've made, in a way that should make you relatively interesting, right? Fucking hell. Anyway, oh, they made the Lamplighters League, which did not sell as well as it should have, which is a shame. They make nerd properties, right? And good ones. Battletech, Shadowrun. They make nerd properties. Shadowrun is one of Corey's favorite game systems and settings, so it is a shame they has a headache and cannot join us. May I ask someone please on the Discord server ping Mako to say that we are playing Shadowrun Dragonfall? Just so that they are aware, and if she wants to join us, she can. Lamplighters League, someone will give it a try again. It's interesting, an alternate version of the 1930s, that's cool, but Harebrained Schemes and their Shadowrun games, and Battletech, they're all tactical games. Thank you, Leanna, I appreciate it a lot. You're doing very well. They're all, like, really tactical games, and I gotta tell you, I'm not good at that sort of thing. I am half expecting our good friend, comrade, selected Shadowrun Dragonfall so that he could puzzle plus me more frequently. Can't blame him. Anyway, I've given enough background. Cool. I like the idea that we're going to get into a bit more nerdy shit as well, because I have played Shadowrun once, tabletop-wise, but I certainly know what makes a good campaign. And I think the setting and the lore is really interesting enough to play with. Absolutely. An ex of mine ran with her husband a absolutely phenomenal Shadowrun setting game, and I like... Sounds like a fun time, Lauren. And then I recognize some of that brilliant. It was one of the games that got them a lot of acclaim from the phenomenon role-playing community, which I am very happy to be a part of, that's for sure. Binary gender, ridiculous. Thank you, Leanna. Our good friend Corey will be in towards the alligators for making not like wrong technical decisions, but like, no, Corey wouldn't yell at us for that at all. He'd encourage us. He would try and assist in a way that I actually mean assist instead of tell me what to do. Which is important because one of the bigger issues I've had with board games is that I am not technically sound. I'm not smart, right? And I'm gonna make mistakes. And if I'm bringing down the team, I don't want to be there, right? If I'm not just bringing down the team, but like, if it's a competitive game, I'm gonna get my ass wrecked pretty quickly, so hopefully, like, it'll be fine. No issues, you know, I'm not gonna win, but that's okay, I can still have a good time. If it's a team game, like non-competitive, I'm going to bring down the team and it'll make me feel bad, so I hope no one is mean. And if someone's like, oh, I got an idea on how to make this work, and they take over my turn for me, I'm out. Sorry, great. Enjoy your game. I'm going to stare at my phone for the next bit of time. Because then if I say, no, I've got another idea, and it's not as good as what they were going to do, I'll feel worse. I'll feel worse. Recently, I played some book. Recently, it's been a couple of months. Played some board games with some people, and I was like, "Oh, this is actually enjoyable. That's good. I love this. Thank you." So, it's been on my to-do list to arrange another one for ages. I still never get around to that. Oh, right, Lauren, and it sucks, right? Uh, part of it is definitely, oh, I don't. This feels like I'm not being enabled. I don't want to be here, and like I'm gonna pout about it. But also, like, I feel like they're making choices for me. They're probably going to be smart and win the game for the whole team. We get an allied victory, and I get to sit here and play with my dolls or whatever. But I also really don't want to make my own decision go in a different direction and have people mad at me for not making the best tactical decision. I made what I thought would work. Or what I'm pretending is a memey decision to cover the fact that I feel sad about doing something that wasn't technically sound. Who wants to be an elf? Me, always. So the Shadowrun world. Humans were the only race on Earth until the Awakening in 2012. Now they find themselves the definition of average or even normal. Hey, Blake, yeah. You, like, agree, you know? Let people be you, your journey. And the line between best intentions and helping is thin. Like, agreed, it can only be my journey. We'll figure it out as we go, absolutely. But, like, if it is a team game, I want, like, a team sport. It's actually hard for someone to take over when you're hitting the shuttlecock, right? That's on you, man. You invited me onto the team. I'm going to do my best. But when it's a slow decision-making style technical game, people can take over for you as well. I liked badminton in high school. Orcs. Orcs are the fastest speeding race and now are second only to humans in world population. Their size leads to an intimidating silhouette and a body that can take more physical damage than the average. Orcs have pointed ears and intimidating tusks or teeth. Trolls are the largest metahuman race. Heavy prejudice against them has led people to assume trolls have lowered intelligence, but in reality there is no proof to this. Trolls have pointed ears, intimidating teeth or tusks, and many have horn-like growths or that other metahumans do not manifest. Dwarf. Dwarves are the shortest of the metahuman races. No. I've not heard of the musical teaching a robot to love. Wow, that's cool. To compensate, their torsos and shoulders are wider than their size would indicate. Thus, their strength is equal to or sometimes greater than the larger races. A side effect of their metahuman nature is increased resistance to pathogens and magic that attacks from within. Boy, this feels like a converted and edited and like a different version of D&D 2nd in a different setting. There may be a reason for that. Elf. Many people, especially other metahuman races, see elves as the most fortunate metahumans. They are more attractive and socially acceptable than other metahumans. Elves are taller than humans, but have a more slender build. Their hair is usually thicker, longer, and more luxurious than average, and their ears come to a point. Okay. Got a gnome for me up your sleeve? No? Okay. Archetype. Street Samurai. A freelance operative who follows a code of street honor. They are learned in the ways of the traditional samurai warrior and in the practices of modern combat. Samurai sell their skills for profit and work to take on the dishonorable scum that seem to breed in the urban sprawl. Body, strength, quickness. Mage. Mages specialize in the casting of spells, but that doesn't mean they can't shoot guns as well. Rather, magic is the center of their life. Their spells reflect a pure balance of the mana sphere and cover a wide range of magical effects from offensive damage attacks to character augmentation or degradation spells. I do like a spell of degradation once in a while. To healing spells. Decker. Deckers use a cyber deck to jack into the Matrix, the worldwide information grid and computer network. By projecting their minds into the electronic world, the Deckers can find secrets that others keep hidden away. They use programs and expert systems to fight off the protections that Megacorps place in their way. Shaman. Shamans believe that their magic comes from a great totem spirit that guides their life path. Bear, cat, coyote, eagle, or raccoon. Shamans' relationships with their totems allow them to summon spirits and command them to do their bidding. Shaman have the skill to conjure spells that mages cannot. Rigger. Riggers use cybertech to jack their mind into and control small robot-like vehicles called drones. Riggers use their rigging abilities to provide surveillance support and extra firepower when required. Physical adept. Adepts are magically active characters who focus their magic internally to develop their utmost potential, physically, mentally, and spiritually. As adepts unlock new abilities, they become honed physical machines, using their magic to enhance their close combat capabilities. Feel comfortable the way characters are built in Shadowrun, you may create your own character by mixing skills and tribute as you wish. Riggers do what? They use drones. Major Decker? Glad to hear that, Leona. I was hoping for someone to yell out, yes, that one, or no, don't do that. Major Decker, I can do both of those. Probably won't be a troll, but I wanted to see the classes so people can have a vote. We'll make the most, but like an appropriate mechanical decision based on archetype for class. So yell out mage, adept, rigger, checker, street samurai, or shaman. Dwarf decker, elven mage. Blake? You're onto something, I like that. You don't like riggers that use drones? Oh, come now, Leona. How much fun would that be? You get to stand completely still while someone painstakingly tries to control something around little circles just to do a double column tie. Boring. Yeah, maybe. But also, funny. Shaman. Now that's an idea, Lauren. Honestly, all of them would be absolutely fine with me. I don't really want to be human. That's about it. It's the only thought I have. Otherwise, everything else is good. Not to be a fancy-ass drone, that's for sure. You're about to be tied up. See, that's the thing about Shibari. Like, you can be as slutty as you like, but it's a slow, meditative process that you're going to do without the immediate expectation of boning down. Because it takes time. Roleplay is foreplay. And then many people are like, I do roleplay without having sex at all. And I go, great, good. That's not me, baby. Oh, really? It's a sound that happens. It's white noise. Doesn't that help with meditation? It's probably the most annoying thing I've done on stream the whole time. Got a couple of votes, and I actually think too high pitched. Major Decker, Elven Mage. Let's do that. A Mozzie meditative. Let's do it. Elven Mage. I love that. Because Shadowrun is explicitly a punk game the way Cyberpunk is. It's just how it was done. The fuck was that, man? Decker or Mage. Yeah, so we're going to go with Mage. I'm going to go with Elven Mage because that was also something we had from our good friend Blake. So let's enjoy that. Come on. Sliders? You got to give me something more than that, right? That's ridiculous. Santabeard! At least they let me choose the probably dwarven-inspired beards off the bat. There we go. Let's go to stats. Let's go. Splintered Karma. Karma represents the experience characters earn while running the shadows and achieving goals. Karma is used to improve attributes and skills. An attribute or skill rating can be increased by spending karma equal to the next increment of that rating. Thus, improving your body from 4 to 5 requires you to spend 5 karma points. You have some karma available now to customize the character. Oh god, we Australianed all over Leota. That's terrible. I definitely have some good rope. Buying gear is a thing that I can achieve because it doesn't require additional time. You didn't target anyone, so you just got told off. You told yourself off. Naughty. Is this ostensibly the Shadowrun tabletop system as well? The mechanics, at least? Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, absolutely. We'll throw rope reacts into the Discord because that's what it's for. Remember, even our people in the VODs can access that by typing !class, just like I did. You'll get a link to the Discord server. Please join us. We're fun, and we've got moderators who'll ban people who are mean to you. This is the Shadowrun tabletop system. Again, I have not played much of it at all, so I don't really understand a lot of the time, but like primarily resistance of physical damage, reduced damage from attacks, extra hit points, chance to hit in ranged combat, reduces chance to hit by enemy physical. As a subsystem, ranged, pistol, SMG, shotgun, rifle, and dodge. Strength, chance to hit with melee or throwing weapons, determines how far a grenade can be thrown. Close combat melee weapons and unarmed throwing weapons. Intelligence, used in decking and rigging to calculate chance to hit with computer programs or drones. Also reduces chance to be hit with programs in the Matrix. Hit points when using a medkit, decking. ESP control, expert systems in the Matrix, drone control, drone combat. Willpower, chance to hit with magical attacks, now used to reduce the chance to be hit by enemy magical attacks. Increase spellcasting, done. We have one karma left. We're not going to use chi casting. Etiquette. Unlocks etiquette for charisma. We don't have 4. Spirit summoning. Well, we're not doing that. Conjuring spells. Special abilities. Equip air barrier or increase spellbook slot. Or let's also use a gun. A pistol. Pistol and dodge. See, Blake, you're a smart man. Thank you. Academic. We're going to be a big nerd. I always love being a big nerd. It's funny. Many runners use a street name, handle, or working name. Names like Halfjack or Lady Z. Others stick with their given name or adopt the nickname. Please choose a name for your character. Elfie McElfpants. Terrible. Valicene, not bad. But I think we can do better. Leaf blade it is. No, we don't use swords. No, because we're not an adept. Not whether because there's someone in chat with that name, otherwise it'd be pretty close. Pendrelin. Doesn't mean anything as far as I remember. Pendrelin will do. The Harfield Manor Run. Life was good. Easy jobs, regular pay, a reliable crew. But then things went south and you had to drop off the grid, put a bullet in the past, and start fresh somewhere new. The promise of opportunity and anonymity draws you to the free city of Berlin, the Flux State, a grand experiment in social order. Corporations tread carefully here. Even the Great Dragon Feuerschwinge only has so much sway in the constantly evolving power structure of Berlin. The perfect place for a savvy Shadowrunner to disappear and begin anew. And as luck would have it, home to your old partner in crime, Monica Schaefer. It's a third run with Monica and her team, an old castle holdfast 1 hour east of Berlin, perched on a hill overlooking the countryside. The job is a standard smash and grab, crack the vault, grab the data, get out in one piece. Yeah, like one of the 6 dragons, I think? I need Corey to confirm. New husband law, rats. I hope you get an epic. Fucking goddamn it, Jimbles. Oh, thank you, Blake. You're going to be our new expert when Corey's unavailable. Congrats. Seda Crop Megacorp. Fantastic. Mediocre payday, but work is work. As the team gathers for Monica's pre-run briefing, you pause to take in new surroundings. The Harfield Manor, 2054, 1 hour east of Berlin. The estate grounds are silent, save for the faint whistling of the wind. Your team gathers near a side entrance to the old castle holdfast, cloaked in darkness. The night is peaceful. You know that won't last. You know it for what it is, a pleasant illusion that will shatter at the sound of the first gunshot. Listen up, folks. Monica Schaefer, you ran with her back in the day. Watched her get her first data jack. Now she's your team leader and a drag-hot decker to boot. We're on a tight timetable. I want to enter the estate, find the basement, open the data vault, extract the files, and bolt. 10 minutes, top to bottom. Dietrich. Trying to get home in time for worm talk, love? Dietrich, shaman, the old man of the team. He smiles at her, his facial tattoos writhing in the moonlight. Monica's eyes twinkle with mischief. Maybe. How many times have I told you, you can't trust anything that comes out of a dragon's mouth? That trid trash will rot your brain. She grins. It's educational. Besides, there should be milk runs. Security is supposed to be light. A few automatic weapons, no armor. With a little luck, they'll never know we were here. Just like old times, huh? Monica's smile returns, more wistful this time. The moonlight catches her face at a strange angle. Yeah, just like old times. Glory. Milk run or not, we should be careful. Glory, razor-clawed street samurai. Her voice is cold and neutral. Her expression, placid. I am tipsy and tired, so enjoy that. Also, we need a new spot for my webcam because... Sorry, hold on. Because there you go. Don't need that. Do need that. Hup. Come on, give it back. There you go. So the thing is at this side you don't need to see. I'm covering nothing important. And I get to read the whole text and you get to look at it too. They may have private security, but their bullets don't know that. I can patch you up if I have to, but I'd rather not have to. You people need to relax. We're professionals, remember? Monica raises her arm and speaks to a wrist-mounted comlink. A darkened face shimmers onto the view screen. Iga, are you in position? Comlink crackles, and the response comes back low and soft, softer than you'd expect from a troll. Affirmative. The alarm lines have been cut, and I have a clear line of fire on the estate's service entrance. When you exit the building, the path will be clear. Excellent. Thank you, Iga. Just doing my job. Iga out. The comlink goes dark. Monica winks at you as she drops her arm. See? We're professionals. All right, people, enough chatter. Our client wants the data from the vault, so we get him the data from the vault. Quick, quiet, and quick. You said quick twice. She grins. Worm talk is on tonight. Glory raises an eyebrow. Slightly. I told you. It's educational. Get your stuff. We'll head in. Your gear and some weapons lie in the back of the van. Grab a weapon. There are a few spares to choose from. Pistol! Grab the rest of your kit. I'm sorry, cleric. Your poor cat, squishing you all over. You will not have feeling in your feet ever again. You grab your running gear from a worn duffel bag near the weaponry. Okay, though it did equip us with that cool. We've got a spell and an outfit and a gun. No cyberware though. So again, it's been a very long time since I've played Shadowrun. I don't really remember everything that's supposed to be happening. I should note, if you're like, I'm getting big Cyberpunk 2020 vibes from this, you should, baby. Not 2077, because they diverged before that point. It does feel like Shadowrun, at least early versions of Shadowrun, are like a mix between D&D, D&D, so second D&D, and Cyberpunk. And it was well and truly intended to be that way. I don't think the creators are like, I'm just going to pick up these two things and throw them in a blender. They were more like, I would like Cyberpunk, but with the races and other tropes from Dungeons and Dragons second. And in the role-playing community, that makes sense. Shadowrun is really popular in Brazilian role-playing circles, and it should be. It's explicitly anti-capitalist and punk. Sometimes more punk than Cyberpunk. Definitely more punk than Cyberpunk 77. They share a lot of slang, and it's fun. Do enjoy it. Again, I've read about it. I know a little bit about the history. I've read some information pages. I've played it once. I haven't read any of the rule books end to end, that's for sure. Jimbles, did you just admit to playing a role-playing game without understanding the rules fully? Yeah, man. Yeah. What? Of course. Shadowrun novels and PDF on the drive-thru. Oh, Hermit. I gotta tell you, a lot of the good role-playing games are anti-capitalist. Nearly all of the good ones are anti-capitalist in some way. Some of the better ones are very anti-capitalist. Thanks, Blake. So tell me, what do you think about the Shadowrun novels? Like, do you have a favorite one or two? Because I'm trying to get them to Corey. Maybe read them myself, but I'm not making any promises. Term started today. Well, if I can ask a favor, send to the Discord yourself by typing !class, or have someone on the Discord search for Nigel Findlay Shadowrun. We'll have a good example put there. A private museum. The owner of this estate must have money to burn. A variety of remarkably well-preserved Slavic artifacts. The complete skeleton of a theropod dinosaur. It appears to be genuine. The vase in this case looks both very old and very valuable. A fine scroll work of lapis and gold leaf decorates its exterior, and the interior shimmers with the organic beauty of abalone shell. Your fixer could probably move this thing in a heartbeat. You can't help but notice that the glass encasing it looks awfully flimsy. Maybe I'll come back for you later. Monica said quick, quiet, and fast, so let's not break any rules just yet. The cask in this display case is decorated with inlaid panels of ivory scrimshaw. Tabletop-wise, my friends, this is generally what you do to set a scene. You describe one or two things, like visually, and then a couple things can be investigated, but remember the idea of leveling, discerning detail. If you describe the theropod skeleton, they will, in fact, spend ages rolling multiple history checks and similars to try and understand it, even if you don't want or need them to. Otherwise, giving them a small challenge to the established plan, here, is a good way to keep a little small, low-level tension between party members. Shit! Enemy! Turn-based combat. You are now in turn-based combat mode. Each character on your team has an action pool. Spend these actions on movement, attacks, or using spells and items. Once your team's turn is complete, the enemy team will move and attack. Additional tutorial information is available from the reference guide, which can be accessed in the upper right corner of your PDA menu. Pendrelin moves first, apparently. Medium cover. 0% chance to crit. What if we cast Powerbolt instead? The most basic spell every mage knows and has ready. That's just a generic weapon. Okay, we could pull a pistol. Thunderbolt, a powerful magic bolt that pierces up to 2 armor. I don't think they have armor. This guy's got cover. This guy doesn't. Let's use... Excellent. Power bolt deals some damage. We've got no movement or actions left, and now we've got Monica. He's wounded. Increase accuracy up to 15%. Do we need it? We only got a 50% chance, so we should perhaps move into a bit of cover. No, they don't have any cover in the flanks, so let's... Bang. Lovely. Gloria's got a lot of med kits. 2 attacks in a single action. They've got medium cover against this, so I think instead we should move. See if we can get an additional flanking bonus by going there. We do. 14 damage. Crit for 2 times damage dealt with. Lovely. Dietrich, you're a shaman. Electro core. Lightning AoE. We don't need that. Last 2 rounds, huh? Let's move over there. Additional action point to give Monica additional chance to hit. It's the enemy's turn. What do we have? Miss. Oh, there are more of them. Oh, that doesn't look good. I love the fact they're missing. I don't love the fact that we have 5 enemies to fight, though. I can hear it, Emma Stitches. She has returned home, and I am glad to see her. We're going to use this multiple shot. Anyway, burst fire or something. Anyway, let's... Oh, come now. Good. Light cover, medium, flanked somehow. Like that when we gave Monica additional AP, it was like, well, you haven't used all of her things on her turn, so we'll jump back to her. That's smart. Very good. Now, one of us took a hit there. That's not amazing, but, you know, I think we'll survive. Oh, we can heal wound? Lovely. Who got hit? Nobody. We have armor. Wait, no, there we are. Glory. I love that here it says heals all the damage from the most recent attack. That's clever. Kind of makes you feel like you've got to do it quickly, only make it so you can't heal after. Well, you can heal after combat, but you got to focus specifically on what you're trying to do. We use 1 AP to move, and that's not great. Anyway, let's deal with this. Perfect. Good. Good night, Blake. Thanks for coming along, okay? Hopefully we'll see you again soon. You stopped to aim, man, and you still missed? Alright. Well, hey, we tried. So, remember how I said this Shadowrun, like starting with Shadowrun Returns, but here we are playing Shadowrun Dragonfall, is a tactical game. This is what our combat's going to look like. It is slow, it is deliberate, it is something I'm not going to do. Yes, we will have combat, but boy, will I not pay too much attention to what I'm supposed to be doing and just YOLO my way through as best I can. Because, look, hey, come on, that's me, right? It's just me, I'm a little guy. Funny little guy. You love me, right? Quite deliberately, you said you did. Anyway, Monica, I need you to deal with this security guard. Well, I hate to say that you didn't manage that. I'm very disappointed in you. Service top needs attention. News at 11. What? Just ran off? Come on, man. And clearly the cover is helping us a lot. We're just sticking behind walls hoping nothing goes wrong. Honestly, it is going pretty well. Monica still has additional AP, I believe. So let's just... No, she doesn't. Oh well. Good. That's as far as you can get on 1 AP, huh? Alright. I guess they're just carrying a lot of stuff. Wow, that is not the command I expected for countering cover. Countering the action you want to do. Oh, it costs 2. Never mind. Ah, thanks, Hermit. It was just a note that the service top requires in a cultic way. I said I wasn't trying to set up a cult. Why do I still need to tell people? I need to tell so many people so frequently that I'm not trying to set up a cult. God. I wouldn't expect it to come up this often, but it definitely does. Which is not worrying. Wasn't trying. It's kind of worrying, isn't it? Medium cover intervening. All right, try that. Buddy! Look, if anyone's... Are you really flanked, Pendulin? Feels like he shouldn't be. That's all I'm saying. Some have cults thrust upon them. There's only one bullet in a gun, so we're not gonna... Yeah. The bullet's in your gun, the bullet's in your gun. Cool. Why a security mage? You kind of look like a skeleton, man. I don't want to be, like, thin phobic. But have you tried eating a snack or something? We don't need power. Cool. God, I love snacks too. Maybe I'm just jealous. Huzzah! We survived! Yeah. Look, I'm not super interested in setting up a cult. As funny as it would be to lean into the trope. There's a requirement to want to control people's lives in a way that doesn't work for me. God. Deny people agency? That doesn't sound like me. Emma Stitches is home. Security node. Security node alert. Alert response plan. Quebec 6. Matrix operations locked. HTR team responding. Hey, Monica, you think you can crack this? Corner of her mouth lifts into a smirk. Step aside. Oh, and Pendulin, I've got to ask, is the display on your trid flashing 12 o'clock back at home? Monica doesn't even bother jacking into the terminal, and her cyber deck remains slung over her shoulder. Her fingers flicker over the terminal's virtual keyboard, and a moment later, a happy chime chirps out of the security node's speakers. Bingo. Doors open. Let's go. Oh, what a happy little cat. You cannot say no to little Jethro the kitty. Jack in. Select a Decker to jack in. I think it was Monica, right? Yeah. There you go. Ken Rucker Craftwork. She's got a program selected. She's got nothing else. Let's go. Right. What is this? Jimbles is going to get on his tabletop rant because, like, he is involved in a role-playing game community. He does talk about this shit. He does also do his best to try and help run a convention, right? One of the responsibilities is knowing about, like, the aspects of play rather than the aspects of governmental politics when it comes to getting your reports in on time. So I gotta tell you, this is one of the most controversial parts of all of Shadowrun. And many others, like Cyberpunk is also included in this. This is the Matrix. That's right. You thought it was just a film, but it is not. A very beloved and beautiful film. This is a layer on Shadowrun where deckers, not riggers, deckers, can access another version of the map. Now, when you're jacked into the Matrix, you choose a completely different subsystem to have another character separate from anyone else who doesn't have the ability to jack into the Matrix. So, you know, people who want deckers, or people who have like 1 or 2 decking skill. To have a different kind of combat in a different space, right? It's at odds with the general tabletop maxim of don't separate the party, because by God, look at our party window up at the top right. It's just Monica. No Dietrich, our shaman. No healer in hope. Just, well, she's not really a healer, she's straight samurai. And not even Pendrelin, our elf. This is a completely different space with different rules. Like, we use our programs to see what's going on. Like, oh God, there's a white IC. We now gotta use assassinate on it. Shit. Oh, that summons some assassin program. Cool, I did that right. Go me. Go get it, buddy. And my friends, it's not a terrible idea to have something like this, but also, like, don't separate the party as a way to try and keep people together and keep everyone engaged in the action. If you ignore that, what's the consequence? What's the cost? Potentially a lot of people sitting around the table bored while one player does everything. Personally, I find if you do it in an interesting way and not worry about it too much, you can still, like, oh shit, damn it. You can still have an engaging time. Like, I recommend that when you're playing Vampire, and you have feeding scenes or scenes that only interact with one character at a time, you actually try and do it in a way that keeps other people engaged as much as possible by saying, like, I need you to play this NPC, I want you to think about what's going to happen next, it's up to you to decide how this goes, blah, 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 blah. Look, especially in modern games, or in games where you're not going to be in a dungeon together, just like constantly in a dungeon, nothing else, where you're forced to be in a single space, you gotta embrace the idea that some characters are not going to be in the scene, and when players and characters interject, perhaps they're not heard, or you say, that's what you think your good friend Slam Shadows is saying, because you've been hanging out with him so long, you think he'll probably say something like that. Mission item added, pay data, antiquities delivery schedule. Now that we've got the data, we can get out of here. We can jack out. Adding an additional layer to the game. And this is absolutely an additional layer. There's also a spirit world, which is another layer, right? Isn't a bad idea. It's great in theory and can also be great in practice. It's just requires a commitment from the other players, all of them, to give grace to, like, Monica's player, who's going to be out of the game for a bit, and will require all of you to be like, I'm interested in what Monica is doing, and I'm going to let that happen. And to assist people in staying engaged and interested in what is happening, keep it quick and make it actually relevant to the whole mission. So having a side adventure that's completely unrelated to what's going on, potentially, don't do it on camera. Anyway, Lauren, yeah, I mean, I haven't seen Jupiter Ascending yet, so, or the new Matrix, so maybe I'm a bad queer. I'll give it a try later. Oh, Marvel, I'm not putting him into Baby K's room, okay? Just come settle next to me. The Harfield Manor run. So far, so good. The skirmish with security set off any alarms. You don't hear them. Monica leads the rest of the team downward into the basement of the Harfield Manor. Your payday is waiting. The data vault lies ahead. I love that we have two diametrically opposed responses from Lauren and Violets. That's really funny. That's really funny. Lauren, you will be in town for Fenno, right? Have you considered taking additional time off around Fenno? Check with your host, because maybe there could be a stream hangout around that time, huh? And that means you'd just have to keep being a fan and expand the community until October. Yes, exactly. That's why you're checking with the host. Ah, okay, fair enough. And Violets, I guess you'll just have to show me Jupiter Ascending. I've enjoyed Hellboy 2019 and 2012, the versions we watched. Even if fighting with Netflix has been funny. Dietrich eyes the door, then turns to Monica. That's a big freaking vault, Liebchen. Bigger than on the schematic. Monica, the schematic didn't have a date. Our client may have had old intel. Still, our instructions were clear. The data we're looking for should be just on the other side of this door. Can bring the DVD? That sounds good. Who has the DVD player? What I will do is obtain it. Monica combs her hand through her hair, parting it to reveal the black plastic sheath of a data jack. A quick jaunt into the matrix, a little digital hand waving, and I'll have this thing wide open. Be right back. A burst of static crackles through the tiny speaker on Monica's comlink. Iger, still in position outside the estate. Hold on, Monica. Who's in charge while you're jacked in? Monica rolls her eyes. Dietrich fixes his stare intently on the vault door. Gloria looks cold and distant, just as she always does. We've been through this before, Iger. You're not in the KSK anymore, and that chain of command nonsense doesn't fly in the shadows. We don't need rules and regulations to guide us. The same principles that apply to Flux State. Punk! God, we love her. Don't we love this beautiful anarchist? I do. Please, spare me the lecture. Your politics have nothing to do with this. We're giving Iger an accent? Best get used to it, Iger, love. She sighs. Look, it's a simple question. Years of experience tell me that it needs an answer. I agree with Dietrich. If somebody needs to take charge, it'll happen. That may be how your mystical flux state works, but in the field, that kind of thinking gets you killed. Come on, Monica. Put someone in charge and let's get on with the mission. Monica stares at the screen on her wrist for a moment, clearly irritated. Then that twinkle appears in her eye again. She smiles at you as she speaks into her comlink. Very well, we'll do this one Iger's way. While I'm jacked in, Pendrelin is in charge. There's a pause. Then Iger's voice crackles out of the comlink again. Pendrelin, did I hear you right? You're putting the rookie in command? I thought you were pro, Iger. Questioning orders in front of the team isn't exactly a pro move, is it? This is ridiculous. Clear the comm, rookie, now. Monica nods at you. Smile has disappeared from her face. Listen, Monica, I know that this is a joke to you, but I'm telling you. Iger. Monica's voice is all business. Evidently, she has heard enough. The decision's made. You have your answer. Acknowledged. Without another word, Iger's image flickers and fades from Monica's communicator. Sorry about that. Iger can be inflexible. The legacy of a long military career, but she knows what she's doing and she means well. It's a legitimate concern. She hardly knows me. Monica's eyes narrow. There's a thin line between concern and insubordination. You let me know if she crosses it. Okay, enough chatter. Let's get this done. Monica turns towards the door, fingers poised on the controls of a cyber deck, and then glances back at you with a grin. See you on the other side. Then she punches it, projecting her consciousness into cyberspace, her fingers harmonizing in the smooth, rhythmic staccato that only an expert decker can achieve. Whoa. That warning, Monica's back arches violently and her head jerks back, silencing her terrible screams. Muscle spasms ripple through her face and her jaw snaps shut, sending a mist of blood spraying from between her teeth. You look down to see a nub of pink flesh hit the floor. The tip of her tongue. The room explodes into action. Glory leaps toward Monica, her hand outstretched to yank the cord from a data jack. Dietrich surges forward to wrap the team's fallen Decker in a bear hug, holding her against the convulsions that rack her body. With Monica's unearthly scream still ringing sharply in your head, you are only dimly aware of the door slamming shut behind you. Help Glory pull the plug on Monica's data jack. While Glory holds Monica's head steady, you snatch the cord that connects Monica's data jack to her cyber deck. Without a moment's hesitation, you give a solid yank and the cord comes free. A wisp of oily blue smoke traces its way from her data jack to the ceiling. The commingled scents of charred meat and ozone fill the air. You've seen the effects of biofeedback before, but nothing like this. Suddenly, Monica's eyes flutter open. Muscle tremors continue to distort her face. Blood oozes between her lips. You see the muscles in her jaw tensing and the look of concentration in her eyes. She's struggling to speak. Just stay with us, Monica. Okay, we're gonna get you out of here. Save your breath. Glory's voice is strained. She's had a stroke. A bad one. She'll be dead before we're even back to the van. Isn't there anything we can do to help her? I know what I'm going to do. Dietrich leans in close, his nose hovering inches away from Monica's. His voice is soft, almost a whisper. Liebchen is Dietrich. Tell me what did this to you. Slowly, painfully, Monica wrestles her jaw open. The blood welled up in her mouth comes pouring out in slick, covering her chest. She expels a thick, guttural sound that might be a word. Satisfied, she closes her eyes and forces her mouth to make the shapes she needs. With an effort, Monica opens her eyes again and meets yours. You see pain and fear in her gaze and something else? Hope? Sudden spasm jerks Monica's head back again. She grunts, then her chin drops to her chest and her head lolls to one side. Her eyes fixed on an object in the next room, a computer terminal. The soft light of a cursor blinks on its recessed screen. Slowly she attempts to speak again, but the only sound that emerges is a long, strangled croak. A look of resignation washes over Monica's face, and then she stops fighting. Her gore-slick jaw goes slack, and she dies. New objective, top left. Keep the team alive. So, the story does not pull any punches. In a way that feels good. It's enjoyable. My god, if something is going to happen like that, I want you to actually fear it, baby. I want you to just get away with it, right? And I think the way they've done it is actually pretty interesting. I'm going to spend one to move up here. Should have medium cover. Not amazing. Oh well. Heavy cover. Disappointing. Anyway. She's got claws. See if we can use the claws by moving up. Nice. Oh, you're running right past Hope. Okay, thank you, jerk. Gnarly indeed, and you, not to be too mercenary about it, you kind of want it to be rough at least a little bit, right? If you're going to have a character die, I want that to matter. And the NPC that escorting us, because in this scenario, if you're running this as a tabletop, Monica would be your NPC who dies, or even, if you can borrow a favor from a friend, a player who turns up with a character and dies in a scripted scenario before they're like, I'm sorry, I can't join your tabletop game, I'm dead. Because they have a time commitment where they can do one shot or something, or one session where they play a NPC who's pretending to be a player character until they die. Like, fun story, excellent twist, very good. I'll probably borrow that at some point. Terminal MCPOS Building Maintenance Software version 1.01. Command line interface. Internal memory checksum invalid. Pendulum. This terminal is printing out your name over and over again. Pendulum, you better get over here. End combat. Watch the time sinking by? Yes, I'm aware it's nearly close to end time tonight. Dietrich scans the room nervously. They've sealed the door behind us. We've got to find another way out of here. What are you doing? Monica was trying to tell me something important about this terminal. It must be important. Well, any ideas? Something tells me we're going to have more company soon. Stay frosty, Dietrich. Just give me a minute. Text continues to scroll down the terminal screen. A problem has been detected with a core component of MCPOS. Restore MCPOS to factory default settings? Yes, no. Warning, restore process will take several minutes to execute. Connected doors and peripherals will be disarmed when complete. Pendulum. Hit the Y key. Processing request. 0% complete. As you watch, the number on the screen slowly begins to climb. This is going to take a while. You glance down at the second screen to see that the facility is on high alert. In place of a simple data vault, it seems you've stumbled upon some kind of massive underground complex. A map of the holdfast grounds indicates that security forces are en route from multiple angles. The doors, currently being rebooted by the system's restore process, are flashing a dull red. If you're reading this display correctly, the only exit from this room is the Holdfast's old servant's entrance on the western side of the building. At that moment, Iger's image winks onto your comlink with a crackling sound. The image is grainy, flickering in and out. What's going on down there, rookie? Talk to me. Monica's down, Iger. The vault was the setup. What? I'm sorry, Iger. We couldn't save her. Now we have to get out of here. Look for an old servant's entrance to the west of the main grounds. We'll rendezvous with you there. Iger's silence is thick, but when she finally responds, her tone is professional. Roger that. She cuts out without another word. Glory turns to you, her movements smooth and robotic. Her voice comes out in a frosty monotone. What's the play, Pendrelin? Monica found a way to open the doors, but it's going to take some time. Dietrich's pained expression lightens a bit. Of course she did. Thanks to her, we might get out of here alive. Now, let's find some cover and wait for the door locks to disarm. He glances over to his fallen friend. Thank you, Liebchen. My friends, that is where I leave you tonight. I click the save button, which may not mean anything to you now. Like, let's face it. You can see my previous save there, actually. Camera mode free, that's good. Perspective there, full screen. Iris download. No. I don't need that larger UI. Okay, we've saved game. Let's quit. We're good to go. My friends, boy, has that enjoyable. We ran ourselves a straw poll and we ended up with Shadowrun Dragonfall. That's an excellent game to play and I am enjoying it and I'm looking forward to playing more with you because boy, did we accidentally wander into a game that lets me monologue more. And I love monologuing. My favorite thing to do in the world, isn't it? Well, not entirely. Anyway, my friends, it has been highly enjoyable to play games with you tonight, and I hope to play games with you again very soon. On Wednesday, we will finish Final Fantasy X and maybe even take a break and play something different. I'm thinking Coffee Talk, to be honest. That does sound like a good call. Coffee Talk. Then next week, Kingdom Hearts. Yes, please. And that will let us jump right back into Final Fantasy X-2 after a bit of a break. And I believe that is an important play. My friends, I think that's an excellent strategy. I'm glad you could all help me settle it and work together with it. Otherwise, I highly encourage you to please tell your friends and people who might appreciate the stream to come on by and join us. I mean, Cleric Bard did it, and now we have a Lauren themselves to hang out with us, and isn't that fun? Otherwise, remember hit !class, join us, and you'll hear my ranting about Scrubs. You'll watch me develop a role-playing game for Phenomenon 2024, and otherwise, we'll hang out and have a good community with people who'll ban spammers and otherwise have a great time together. Now, thank you for joining me tonight. I hope to see you again very soon. But most of all, remember to tell the people you love that you love them very, very much. Good night, everyone.